You left the car that evening.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing well wherever you are in the world. Today we have a very fun video because we are going to discuss the Fall/Winter 2024 Menswear Collection. And so if you are unaware, the men's collection are being presented in January for the next Fall/Winter and in June for the next Spring/Summer. And so we have just seen the Fall/Winter 2024 men's collection, so let's talk about it. But before we do so, and if this is your first time watching one of my videos, welcome. My name is Nicolas, I live in California, and I've created this platform, this channel, to mainly talk about fashion, luxury items, vintage bags, or sometimes travel. So if one of those topics or all of those topics are interesting to you, please do not hesitate to subscribe to this channel. And I just wanted to make a little disclaimer here. I don't have any deep knowledge in the fashion industry. I am not a fashion critic by any means. I'm just a random guy that happened to love fashion, and I really enjoy watching fashion show and discovering what my favorite brands are going to offer for the next seasons, so hopefully you like that too. So my general comment after watching those fashion shows is there is a clear and global 90s trend going on. If we were in the Y2K era just before that, we are clearly switching to the 90s, which I'm not complaining about. And I think there is a part of nostalgia here because I grew up during the 90s. I was definitely too young to worry about how to dress in the 90s, but I think this decade holds a specific place in my heart. So I took some notes on my computer and I have Vogue Runway open on my phone. So the first piece that stood out to me, and it is very reminiscent of the 90s, is all of those bombers jackets. Princess Diana, Queen of Style, rocked those bomber jackets on multiple occasions back in the 90s. We saw some on the Fendi fashion show, at Prada, at J.W. Anderson, which was quite oversized, and as well as at the Iguana fashion show. The second detail that stood out to me was the comeback of the tie, which was a key element to complete your office outfit back in the 90s. We saw some at the Office in General show, as well as the Orally show, the Louis Vuitton show, and of course Valentino. And the way I'm interpreting this is that we are slowly but surely moving away from the situation we have all been in back in 2020, if you know what I mean. And people are probably coming back more and more at the office, obviously depending in which city you live and where you live in general. And they need maybe to dress up more than the previous years to go back to work. The third detail I noticed was this double denim situation, which we saw a lot in the 90s and also fairly a lot in the early 2000s. I mean, we all remember this moment, right? And this time it has been brought by Egon Lab and Louis Vuitton, for example, but we also have seen the double denim situation paired with the tie detail in few occasions. For example, at the Ami Paris fashion show, at the Prada show, and of course at the Valentino show. I've always loved a double denim situation, and this is how I will generally do it. I will pair an overshirt with a similar shade of blue for the jeans, and those two pieces are coming from APC, but you can probably find similar pieces at your favorite brands or in the vintage market. And I think this is a great way to elevate your style without doing it too much and without compromising on comfort. And I generally like to pair this double denim situation with a pop of color. So here we have this random cap, I think that goes pretty well with this style. And I'm also aware that this overshirt situation is more suitable for spring or fall. So don't hesitate to add a little bit of layers or shearlings to elevate your style even more and keep you warm during those hard winter days. And if you want to add a little bit of contrast to your outfit, don't hesitate to pair a light blue jean to black. I was always skeptical about this combination, but I have to say it's really growing on me. And those two pieces are from Levi's, and I found them in a vintage market. I really love those looks and those silhouettes. I think it's very effortless but also professional and chic. The fourth element I noticed during this men's collection was leather jacket and coat. So I know what you're gonna say. Leather jacket in fall, groundbreaking. But hear me out, I'm not talking about your regular perfecto for fall or winter. I'm talking about the 90s take on it, which is way more minimalist, a bit more oversized, kind of gender neutral. And we can see some of those at Orally, Fendi, Gucci, Hermes, Ami Paris. And I have to say that this brown leather jacket at the Ami Paris fashion show is just beautiful. It's very high on my wish list for this year, so I will keep you updated on that. So that's another example of leather pieces that are very reminiscent of the 90s. This one was actually at my dad's, and he wore it a lot in the 90s but didn't want to wear it now, so I stole it from him and decided to give it a second life. I think it's a very cool piece. It's elevating your style without doing it too much, in my opinion. I love to pair it with black top like here and with a light jean like so. Obviously that's a piece you will wear more during fall or spring, in my opinion, but if you add some layers to it, that's also a piece you can make work for winter, and that's something that you can find for nothing probably at your local vintage shop. Now, a subcategory of leather jacket was the Shearling collar leather jacket, which was very iconic in the 90s, especially on Nicolas Cage at the airport, hashtag 90s airport style. And this Shearling detail has been seen at Le Maire, Ami Paris, Dries Van Noten and Prada, to only name them. And this is definitely bringing something interesting, a twist, if you will, to your regular leather jacket, which is pretty minimalist in the 90s, to say the least. Who's texting me? And while those men collections were pretty toned down, pretty minimalist, we have seen some pop of color here and there, especially some yellow and purple touch. And those reminds me a lot of what Will Smith would wear during the Prince of Bel-Air era. And so we have seen this combo of purple and yellow at Prada, Dior, Balmain and Orally, and of course at Louis Vuitton with this iconic new Speedy. And while I'm definitely more neutral tones than flashy tones, as you may have guessed by now, I can definitely appreciate a pop of color here and there. And finally, the seventh and last trend we could have noticed or seen during these fashion shows is Western, which is still going on strong, especially at Louis Vuitton. And we definitely saw some Western inspiration back in the previous men's collections. I'm mainly thinking about Prada or Fendi, but Pharrell really said Western, hold my beer on that one. And we have also noticed some Western details and inspiration at Le Maire and Egon Lab or Valentino. So I really like this Western trend, but being French, this is definitely not in my DNA. So for me, it will be all about small details here and there. The first one you can see in this outfit will be with this hat, which I bought in Colorado a few years ago. And that's my closest take on Western without turning it too much into a cowboy costume, if you will, for me. And the second detail you can see here will be on this bag, and that's the fringe here, which I think is a great detail when doing it right. And so this bag is a work bag from Balenciaga, and I love the combination of this bag with this hat. I think it's giving the Western touch that I like without doing it too much for me. And that's the end of this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching once again. Let me know in the comment down below what was your favorite trends, favorite detail that you have seen and why. Again, the goal of this video was not to go into too much detail as you have seen, but really to bring you my candid view on this collection. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.